Hello, everybody. My name is Anushri, and I will be the moderator for the session today. I welcome everyone to the Accelerate workshop track on the most innovative practices in diversity policies. This session will be held from 1:30 p.m. to 4 p.m., and I would request our attendees to be posting their questions in the Q&A section, which I will present to the speakers. Now, I would have our first speaker to be presenting, and I would like to invite Satinder Kaur, Senior Manager, Diversity and Inclusion, Capgemini Technology Services India. Satinder, over to you.
Thank you, Anushri. I'll share my screen. So, hi everyone. As Anushri mentioned already, my name is Satinder. I drive diversity and inclusion at Capgemini in India, and I'm very excited to be a part of this conference today. To begin with, I just wanted to tell you a little about the organization and what we do as a organization. Um, at Capgemini, our new brand value is about unleashing the human energy through technology for an inclusive and sustainable future. Keeping that in mind, all our policies and practices and everything that we do within the organization is to ensure that we leave a positive impact within the lives of our employees as well as communities. Having said that, there is a theme and a team within the organization that works on three pillars. It's called AOPF, Architect of Positive Futures. It's about diversity and inclusion as first pillar, which is about creating inclusive culture, which is about having impactful conversations and bringing everyone on the same page and realizing the potential that everybody brings to the table. Then we have something called as digital inclusion, where we have taken an onus to revolutionize the digitization across the world. We have environmental sustainability, which is about reducing our environmental impacts and also supporting our clients in doing that. Moving on to the focus areas under the DNI domain. So we actually focus on three main pillars. The first one is Winspire, which is about advancing gender balance. When I say gender balance, I mean having both men and women to work together. Realize that there are gender differences, there are gender stereotypes, but at the end of the day, we all work for the skills we have in order to make the impact within the society and make everybody part of the bigger picture. So that is what we do as part of advancing gender balance. Then we have something called as Outfront. Outfront is a program where we advance inclusion for LGBTQ plus community. There are various policies that we have for our LGBTQ plus colleagues, which is about having insurance for same-sex partners and insurance benefits for gender affirmation surgery and the other related needs. Embracing abilities is very, very important. There is an oxymoron that goes in the industry, which says that persons with disability is the biggest minority in the world, and we try to embrace them fully. Our focus is on hiring and also ensuring a barrier-free work culture from infrastructure perspective, from technology perspective, from addressing the discrimination that may happen at different employee life cycles. So these are some of the things that we do. While focusing on the three pillars, we also focus on the intersectionalities around it. The overarching themes are happiness and well-being, because it's very important to ensure that the colleagues that comes to work are, have a high happiness quotient along with a high business excellence and productivity. At the same time, well-being becomes utmost importance to us. Flexibility is very, very important while we all are working from home. And at Capgemini we have 100,000 plus employees, and out of which 95% were fully flexible within 1 week of calling down the lockdown during the start of the COVID-19 period. But having said that, lockdown, we all know that lockdown brought in a lot of challenges with people with various needs. Young parents, of course, persons with disability, yes. People who were living alone from the LGBT community, they had to face so much discrimination from a society perspective. So we planned. Various interventions under the happiness and flexibility theme to address all these nuances. Moving on to having open minds, it's very, very important to addressing unconscious biases and creating open minds and embracing multiculturalism for the future that we want. Today, I'm going to talk about WITI. WITI stands for Women in Tech India. This is a very important intervention that we launched last year. There were many researches that we did before we went ahead and we launched it. We looked at the best market practices from within the industry as well as across industry in India to find out how is it that organizations and leaders are furthering and encouraging more and more women into the STEM industry. And once they are into the STEM industry, if they're freshers, how is it that you mobilize their progression into the advanced tech roles? So, with these research pointers, we also looked inward. We also did a study with our women in grade. In mid-management grade to find out why is there a leaking pipeline. Why does it happen that after a period of time when the personal responsibilities get heightened, women want to take up PMO role or move into some support function and not do the client role for which they've always aspired for and fought also many a time when early in their career with no responsibilities? Why don't they keep the spirit going, and how can we keep that spirit ignited? So these are some of the things that we looked at, some study pointers that came out, the asks of our women colleague that came out vis-a-vis the male colleagues. We also reached out to a lot of leaders that told us that this is what is lacking. We know that there are a lot of self-limiting beliefs that our women have, not because of not being confident, like always throughout their career, but just losing it somewhere because of the family pressures or the expectations from home or the guilt being a mother, etc. So these are the things that we kept. So the softer aspects of behavior, self-limiting beliefs, self-love, self-mastery, these are some of the things that we kept in mind, along with the data pointers, along with what our women want. With that, we went ahead and we launched Viti. Viti is launched with two objectives in mind: is to equip and prepare women in mid-career for the current and future challenges, and also to be able to make informed decisions about their career, to be able to bring forth the most authentic selves in personal and work realms. So, with that in mind, I'd like to share with you that Witty has three pillars to it under the Witty umbrella. First is career intentionality, which is all about making intentional career decisions. We don't encourage women to take a break. Rather, we have sabbatical leave policy, which is between 6 months to 2 years, and there is no questions asked if there is a need that they need to fulfill at their personal level. But at the same time, we say that bounce back to work when you're comfortable. It's very important to be back and continue to work for what you aspire, at the beginning of your career. Then there is something called as interactive social platform. It is very important. Why it is important? It's because we need to see we need to see women moving up the ladder, staying there, and maintaining their stance there. So that's the reason we showcase role models. That's the reason there are so many campaigns that are being done across organizations. But at the same time, who we positions are leaders. So what we looked at is we're going to position one level above. We're going to position people who will commit to holding hand of our aspiring women in the mid career to move them up the ladder. to teach them how to take the right decisions and not get pressurized with the various guilts that you can have based on the personal and professional responsibilities. These are some of the things that we do as part of the interactive social platform. Moving on to tech solution platform, extremely important because all these women who are part of the network, so there is approximately 25,000 women who are the target group for this particular program at Capgemini, out of which we have already been able to reach to more than 10,000 women through various platforms. And this is only in last 5 months, and that's the kind of impression it is we have created. But in order to truly engage them is to engage them in the bigger picture. Tell them what is happening at the top. The code that you're building is going to be used to measure the carbon content in a particular layer of environment, or to reach to Mars and become a part of a satellite. And of course these are exaggerated examples, but what I'm trying to say is make them part of the bigger solution. They should know that how the work that they're doing is going to impact the clients and positively, of course. So, giving them an opportunity to showcase their skills, build solutions, real life business solutions is what is important. Once those solutions are built, we also look at, of course, recognizing the teams, participating teams, and then using these solutions as part of the business. Moving on to career intentionality. This is the first pillar, and I want to spend a little more time around this. Uh, while I said that this is to impact the softer aspects of behavior, but we also need to understand that within the mid segment, there are many communities of women. While we don't want to divide any of this, but it's important to have a focused conversation to make that real impact. And hence, we work with our women within the mid segment who have put in their papers, just to ensure that this is a call that they are taking. It's an informed call that they are taking. Of course, we would want them to roll back their resignation after knowing that what are the great practices that the organization has. But at the same time, we want to wish them luck. We want to encourage them to continue to take charge of their career, even if they plan to take a break or move to another organization and consider us as employer of choice. There's something called as focused workshop that we are doing in collaboration with one of our gender consultant, and these workshops focus on career development with more conviction. Very small elements. I'm just giving you a scenario that I don't gel well with my manager. Let's say somebody feels, or I don't have a great network within the organization, and hence I feel that I don't get opportunities. How do you address these inhibitions? You address these inhibitions by doing workshops, by giving them case studies, by sharing the real life experiences and examples from the workplace, by bringing role models. We have role models within the organizations who had joined the organization as an EA, executive assistant, which is a great place to be, because that is where you get to learn what is happening within a BU or within the sphere of that particular leader. But so you grow, that maturity grows, and today they are the VP within the organization. And here I'm talking about a few women leaders that we have. So these are the stories, and opportunity for them to be able to have a conversation with these leaders. Counseling helpline, very very important. Now you must be wondering that every organization has it, but it's very important to call out that this is career intentionality counseling helpline. If you feel that there is a lot of guilt within you while you want to take up that assignment, but you don't want to leave behind your 10-year-old child at home and go for 15 days to a different country or a client location. So, how to address this? How, what support You can ask from within your families. While we all know it somewhere in our minds because it's spoken so many times, but when you look at the younger talent, I think there is more that needs to be done, and hence the counseling helpline. We do a lot of up talks, motivational, inspirational up talks. We have a career comeback program, and this is for both men and women. And we hired more than 1,500 people last year, out of which 700 were women. So this is the kind of focus that we put on career comeback as well. And educating early graders, extremely important to disrupt the ecosystem, so that 2 years or 3 years down the line, you don't really need a focus program like this. So this is what we do as part of career intentionality. Interactive social platform. It's actually a ERG. It's a Yammer based community where we connect. We do various, poster campaigns and quizzes to keep our women engaged. The up talks, of course, we spoke about. We bring in a lot of success stories through poster campaigns because it's really not possible for people from the business to be on calls and attending seminars and webinars. So success stories, participating in external tech programs. There is a program called W2RT, which is Women Rule Tech. It's a mentoring program by NASCOM. NASCOM is a very important body, industry body for us. And we nominated 128 women last year to attend this 1 year mentoring program with them. And we also nominated a few mentors, leaders as mentors to coach the women across industry and companies. Moving on to Tech Solution Platform, which is about nurturing STEM talent. So Tech Solution, while we do a lot of codathons, ideathons for women who are freshers and in the support function and not into technical, and they aspire to move into the delivery roles or engagement manager or architect roles. These are some of the things that we are doing. We are also engaging with our tech partners like IBM and AWS to bring in these solutions. Uh, One very important aspect which we are very very proud of is digital talent academies. Now digital talent academies are planned across cities within Capgemini, and where we work along with our CSR team to bring in women, skilled women, graduates from rural and economically challenged sections of society. We bring them into the talent academies, we train them, and then we also absorb a few women. The winners of Tech Solution Platform also get to give back to the organization and society by being mentors for these women as part of DTS. With that, I come to the impact that we have created in past 5 months. We reached out to more than 7K women through this program, and as a result, the attrition came down by about 1% in comparison to men in the same target group. With that, I come to an end of my presentation.
Thank you so much. It
Of
was
course.
great to hear from you. Great. Thank you so much.